What the fuck is up, bitches? I don't have any viewers, so I'm trying to get some of my friends to watch since they don't have jobs. I need to fucking blow my nose. I'll be back in a sec. I'm back, bitch. Alright. I wanted to change one thing. I don't like the braids that much. I think I want them to just be... I don't think I have another one of those, right? Oh, I do have another one of those. Alright, we'll do one of those and we'll do one echoing truth. I suppose I could do one in braid. I think I'll do this. I lost yesterday. I lost the match to Dark Depths. Maybe it was this morning. Lost the match to Dark Depths. And I had a braid in hand. And I could have cast it. But a braid doesn't do anything against Mirror Age. The bounce spells do. So I think I'm going to decide that I want to go back to bounce spells. And the reason I'm playing Perilous Voyage is because of the Scry. It's interesting with Experimental Frenzy. And then, since I've got Hurkyl's Recall, I don't feel the need to have as many Echoing Truths. Since Hurkyl's can bounce multiple Spears, multiple Chalice. So, that's where we are at. And I'm just probably going to play a couple practice games, and then I'm going to try and play in some queues, some of the two-person queues. Just so you know, there's a little something on the line. Hopefully it's a little more competitive than some of these practice rooms games are. So this hand's fine. We can get Experimental Frenzy on turn 2 if we want. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably just go get Badlands and Duress here. And then my game plan is basically probably, like in a lot of matchups, all I'm going to really want to do is slam. This is an interesting hand, so I definitely feel like I need to take that Thoughtseize. But I may not play Frenzy on 2 because they have a lot of, well, yeah, I probably will. So I'm going to Thoughtseize. I'm going to take the Thoughtseize. They're obviously, unless they pull another discard spell, they're going to cantrip on turn 1. Yep. Now, my concern is that they're actually pretty close to a kill. They probably need another land. Say they have one top, one bottom. So they probably need another land and a tutor. They curiously did not play out their LED, so I'm going to just Duress again because I can probably punish them. Just another... Yeah, so I'm just going to take the LED here, and then I'm going to take... I guess I Ponder. Another Frenzy. That's good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to stack it like this, and I'm going to play out this LED right now. And then next turn, even if they find discard and take this Frenzy, I'll have another one to cast. And then I can play the land off the top and try and go off, basically. Got one viewer. Is that you, Hussy? You tune in? wish I could see what the names of my viewers are. Now, I suppose it's possible that I just die here. They bottom both, so it doesn't seem likely. I'd have to think about what they'd have to draw. Like, if they draw a Dark Ritual for turn, and then they preordain into a tutor, or something like that, I could... they'd probably have to draw... If they drew an LED for turn, and then preordain into a tutor, I could die. I suppose it's possible. But the bottom two tells me... Or them bottoming two tells me they weren't finding what they needed. So hopefully... excuse me. Hopefully here... I'll be able to at least, what they do, they bottom two again, at least disrupt them sufficiently, and if not, then, alright, if not, kill them. Alright, so I'll play that land. There's a Doomsday, so they're just dead. That's nice. That's always good. So this is the pile that we've been referring to as the Infinite Storm pile, because it makes Infinite Storm. And as you'll see, you tendrils for whatever the storm count is so far, and that gains you enough life to cast Doomsday again and rebuild the pile. And you can tendrils them for an arbitrarily large amount. In fact, it keeps getting bigger every time, which is cute. So, here come the rest of the drills. 3 viewers. Alright. That's the shit I'm talking about. Closing in on the record. Not really. I think I've had like 8 viewers before. Alright, so this is Ant. I have a plan against Ant. At least I want to bring those in. I'm not sure what I want to cut. I'll probably cut the Lindor's Fault. Experimental Frenzy is just really strong in this matchup, since a lot of times post-war games turn into discard heavy attrition battles. Probably cut 2 preordains, and then I'll need 1 more cut. I think Cabal Writ is okay to cut. You could maybe cut a Doomsday, but I don't think that's what I want to do. I mean, you could also cut a discard spell maybe, because you brought in 4 more disruption spells, so like you don't need all that disruption, but I think I'm going to go with the Cabal Writ. What's up, boys? Glad you can watch me live. You can shit talk me live. Yeah, I'd probably just keep this. It's got disruption, it's got a cantrip, it's got mana. Could cast Experimental Frenzy on turn 1 if I drew it. so this is probably going to take my duress. It's just a matter of how good their hand is. Alright. So I'll go fetch the Volk probably. And ponder. Alright, so I found surgical. It kind of sucks that I'm not... Like, I want the surgical, and I think the surgical is valuable enough that I need to take it. But I'm basically, my next draw is going to be not so hot. Because, like, I know it's the Lion's Eye Diamond, and then I'll crack a fetch, and then I'll be drawing potentially live cards, but I think taking the surgical is worth it. Yeah, I definitely got lucky to, like, have the Doomsday right there, but it's not uncommon for them to just die after you cast Frenzy, especially if you have some mana available to start things off with. Let me think. Do I just surgical their Ponders? I probably do, right? So, if I don't, they're going to take the Ritual, but I'm not going to draw anything next turn anyway, and then I'll have, by the time I potentially can top deck a Frenzy, I'll have 4 mana up anyway, so I'm just going to fire this off. Actually, here's a thought. Well, it's probably not that good. I could surgical myself to shuffle. No, it's probably no good. I'll just surgical them. Since they're just going to take that anyway. And then, oh, it looks like I got one from their hand. That's pretty good. They, now they're top decking, basically. They are farther from Threshold, too. So they'll take the Ritual, and then I can just draw the LED and play it out. And, just play off the top. And hope that I top deck a little better than they do. Which is fine by me. Alright, play out that. I'll play out that. It's obviously possible that I just get fucked here. Like if they just rip a good one, but hopefully it doesn't happen. I wonder if they did draw something here because they're thinking really hard. But looks like I get another turn. And unfortunately, I drew nothing. I'm not going to play that out. Just to bluff. Like a Flusterstorm or Surgical or something. Alright, so I might be dying. If I can draw an Experimental Frenzy, I'll be in really good shape though. Because I'll have plenty of mana to work with. Alright, looks like they're just moving on. And also, if they're holding up a Fluster now, if I drew a Frenzy, it'll go right through the Fluster. I forgot to crack my fetch. I meant to do that on their end step. Alright, well, I could die. Seems likely. Still cantripping. Oh, both bottom. Maybe I'm not dead. Seems like they're still looking for something. Alright, this time I'm going to remember to crack my fetch. And I probably don't need more than one red, but I think I'll just grab the Badlands anyway, since fetching the non-basics is free. I don't think it's the Doomsday Mirror, Hussy. This is just normal Storm. Almost certainly. God damn it. Alright, I'm going to play this out. I don't need any more lands right now, so I'd rather hold it up, I think. Just on the off chance that they think I have something and they need to find counter magic before they try to go off. Oh, it looks like I'm dying. Yep. So I drew a little poorly there. Those last couple turns after we kind of ripped our hands apart. I'm gonna just scoop to this. I don't need them to see everything in my deck, although they kind of already could have because they saw it with Doomsday. Doomsday reveals it. Maybe I should put the Limdal's Vault back in. It's just another business spell. Let me think about that. Yeah, I don't think so. That could be. It might be right, but I'd rather just be on the play and have disruption. Maybe I'm supposed to swap one of the Doomsdays for the Limdal's Vault. I don't know. Yes, I'd like to play first. Huh. So this hand doesn't do anything, but it also has Thoughtseize and Surgical, which makes it really tempting because if I can get something good with Thoughtseize, I can potentially just... Like, if they happen to have Tendrils in their opener, I would just win, theoretically. I could also get, like, Infernal Tutor, which would slow them down substantially, potentially. But I just... I think I'm going to maul. I think it's too far off. And this hand sucks, because it doesn't have any black mana. I may have made a mistake. They mull too. Alright. This one fucks. I'll keep that. Definitely keep that on top. So if they start off with discard, I'm just going to Flusterstorm it. Nothing. Okay. Fine by me. Not going to cast anything just yet. This will let me hide the Flusterstorm if they try to discard me now. Otherwise, I'll just Brainstorm on end step. Six viewers. Hell yeah. Alright. Brainstorm. Tendrils isn't a great draw. But the Thoughtseize is decent, so. Wow, that's a hell of a hand. What am I supposed to take here? I almost want to take the Surgical, just because that's going to let them see that I have a Flusterstorm, and I almost kind of want to get the Blowout. But that's probably wrong. And honestly, I'd rather they Surgical me and shuffle my Tendrils away. So it's still a little ways off. Maybe I'm supposed to just take the Dark Rit. What's up, Nox? There's been easier piles that can be changed. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty fair. It might be fine, and it dodges some traditional Storm hate. Like, you could build a Labman pile with Experimental Frenzy that didn't have any instants and sorceries in it. Just LEDs, Bauble, and Labman. So like you could play through Flusterstorm if they let you resolve Doomsday, but which sometimes happens. All right, what do I take here? I just don't know. I think it's probably supposed to be the Dark Petition. That might not be right, but that's what I'm taking. So I could be in trouble here if they find discard and then I draw the Tendrils and then they Surgical it. Like they discard me and Surgical it, that would be a problem. Okay, so they did Surgical. That's good. That's what I wanted, because I didn't want to draw my Tendrils. And unless they drew discard, I don't really mind them knowing about the Flusterstorm. Like, they're gonna know at some point. And I really need actual live draws here. So hopefully this just stops them from going off. Looks like it did. So good draw here. That's not what I wanted. I guess I'm just playing it out. But my Flusterstorm is keeping them from doing anything. Great. Just flooding out like a motherfucker. Crack that. I should have some fetchable lands left in my deck. Probably should have got the basic Swamp, actually. I don't know if it matters much. Fucking shit. Alright, well, that's gonna be all the fetchable lands out of my deck after this. I just need them to miss on draws for a little longer. Brainstorm. Should I just fluster this? No, I shouldn't. Because then they'll just kill me if they... Like, with this, they might not find discard, and even if they do, they might have to use their only black mana source to use it. Or they could get brainstorm locked or something. It doesn't look like they're doing anything, so let's go fetch that fucking swamp. Now, hopefully, I'll at least draw something that does something. How many fucking lands in a row is that? Hopefully they're brainstorm locked and they just can't kill me. Yeah, I mean, I've hit a land drop every turn now, so... Kind of coming up on like 4 lands in a row where they... Or land 4 turns in a row. With, yeah, like 10 lands out of my 15 land deck. You know, I keep drawing lands, I don't know. It's fucking rude as hell. The fuck is that frog emoji? Is that Pepe? They didn't fetch a black mana source there. So if they cast one of their rituals, I'm probably just flustering it. And then hope to fucking rip. Hopefully they just don't have any discard. I mean, they might even be getting to the point where they can beat a Flusterstorm if I let them resolve some rituals. So I'm definitely at the point now where I would just fluster the first ritual they played. And, if they knew that, they would probably just cast a ritual to try and bait the Flusterstorm, since they must have extras at this point. Seven viewers now. I think that actually is a record for me. I'm not sure, but I really just... I need to draw something that's not a land here. I would settle for like almost anything that's not mana. You know, I've got 4 Ponders, 4 Doomsdays, 4 Frenzy. Hell, even Anton Impulse wouldn't be so bad here. Duress and Thoughtseize wouldn't be so bad here. Lots of options. Even another Flusterstorm wouldn't be so bad. Oh, they lost connection. Okay. Well, that explains it. Explains why it's taking them so long. They're back. So, Bill, are you not at work? Why are you watching my stream? I mean, I know I asked you to, but, like, you just not have anything to do at work? Or what? Alright, so they're preordaining. That's fine, that's fine. At least in this spot, if they do draw a discard spell, they don't have any more black mana to discard me and then ritual on the same turn. They put both on top. So yeah, I'm definitely 100% flustering that. Because I think it's very likely that if I don't, I die regardless. And if I do that, then I cut off their one black mana source and give me one more turn to either draw another Fluster or fucking anything. Like that? Fuck yes. Right on time, bitches. Alright, let's... What is that? That's my other Vault. I'll probably tap that. Okay. Surgical. That's a good one. What should I surgical? Probably their Dark Writs. And then there's a Thoughtseize too. So hopefully I'll be able to go off here. If I hit a fetch land, actually I'll only hit fetch land. So if I hit more than one land, it'll be a problem. But I wonder if they're thinking about flustering here or something. Interesting hand. Okay, so I'm pretty dead if they untap. Although I suppose I have Thoughtseize here, so like I might be able to stop them from going off. Cabal Ritual, okay. With this Dark Writ here. So I mean, I'm definitely supposed to take the Infernal Tutor, but they'd still be able to ad nauseum, so I would need at least one more discard spell to be able to stop them. So I'm going to Cabal Writ, another Frenzy. So I can actually cast another Frenzy, and I have to, so... Pedal? Duress? Okay. I can work with that. I can take the ad nos. Another Duress? I will work with that as well. Take... I mean, it doesn't matter much here. I just gotta keep casting shit off the top. Dark Writ. I'll Dark Writ. Doomsday! Yeah, motherfucker! I hope that wasn't really loud. But, they should just concede here, but I'm sure they'll make me play it out. You fucking got, chump. You fucking got. Alright. Extra mana. There it is. Fascinating stuff. And 11 viewers. I think that is a record for me, actually. I know, right? Well, you know, they really struggled to find anything to... That Flusterstorm held them up for a long fucking time. And then they, I just ripped it. Right when I needed to. So, let's see. I'm going to spend some play points and queue up here in one of the two-person queues. So it's not just a... I'm getting another fucking phone call, but I'm not expecting this. I'm just going to mute real quick. It's probably spam. It's another job recruiter, so I'm glad I answered it. I told them I didn't have time to talk right now this time, though. Instead of doing a fucking interview on stream. Alright, this hand's fine, right? I'll keep that. The only question is, like, do I duress first or do I preordain? I'm gonna go with the preordain. This is the most viewers I've ever got, by far. Alright, fucking... And I said I'm gonna go with the preordain, but I'm actually going with the duress. So they're a wasteland deck, so that really sucks. I guess... What matters the most here? I guess I'm just gonna take the diamond. So I'm not gonna play out my LED. I'm sure this is gonna get wastelanded. Yep. Oh, no wasteland, huh? Okay. I guess they really want to have their mana. There's a Doomsday. I'm still a little ways off. I want the Doomsday. But okay, they have another diamond now. So they're probably going to be able to play something on this turn. I'm expecting probably the knight. But that's going to give me another turn here. So the real question now is, like, do I brainstorm end step, or do I hold it up? Chalice on one. Okay, well I'm definitely brainstorming now. This is pretty awkward. Yeah. Oh, I meant to put that other brainstorm back since I don't think it's going to be resolving anytime soon. This is definitely awkward. These Chalice matchups are pretty tough. Scoos. Okay. That's going to be hard to deal with. Because it's, I mean, not super hard, but it turns off the, like, double Doomsday piles with Experimental Frenzy, and it also is going to make it hard for me to get to Threshold. Yeah, I guess I'm just not doing anything. And there's the tendrils. So I should have cracked that, because now I've drawn my tendrils. I'm just going to concede here, actually. Because the tendrils is in my hand, it's going to be tough to use it, especially in combination with Experimental Frenzy, and I can't get it back into my deck with Brainstorm. So while there's still... And also, because they have the Scavenging Ooze, that's going to turn off lines where I, like, crack LED, put it in my graveyard, and then loop it back in either with, like, a double Doomsday or the Bauble or whatever. So it's going to be better if I just don't show them much more info and just... scoop there. So I'm going to bring in all this crap. I'm going to cut my duresses, and I'm going to cut the 2 extra preordains. And I think that's how I want to play this one. The fatal pushes are potentially okay, because it could hit a Thalia or something, but I think I'm a little more worried about Chalice, so I want those cards. And yes, I like to play first. And this hand is good. I think I want to keep it. I just need to think about what it actually does. Like, I could cast Doomsday on one, but it doesn't, if they have a Chalice on one, I'd be in trouble. So I could go Dark Grit, Doomsday, and then play a second land, and then I could pile, like, Bauble, Frenzy, LED, Doomsday, Tendrils, and that would let me make a pass the turn pile. But that's really, really vulnerable to, like, everything they can do. Like, Chalice on one kills it. Wasteland, maybe Wasteland doesn't kill it. Yeah, I think it'd probably actually be fine against Wasteland. But I would be concerned about the Chalice on one killing it. I don't know. It might be good enough. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't give a shit. I don't want to deliberate for too long here. I mean, Chalice on 0 will really kill it. So if they decide to do that, that's fucking Scoop City. But I'm just gonna jam it. If I just had a cantrip, it's a turn 1 kill. Regardless of how you look at it. But I'm just gonna try and get there like this. Bobble, Frenzy, LED, Doomsday, Tendrils. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that'll be good enough. So I'm just gonna fucking see what happens. If they have the Chalice on 1 and I die, then so be it. Might be getting lucky here, and they've just decided to Wasteland me. I should be able to beat the Wasteland. Yeah, so now it's just the Infinite Storm pile now, or pretty close to it. But I'm just gonna have lethals here, so I'm just gonna put the Doomsday on the bottom. So hopefully there's no Mind Break Trap or anything. Yep, we good. That's the shit. Alright, so I don't think I want to change any sideboarding. It's arguable whether I should include Empty the Warrens. Because, like, especially in game 2, they haven't seen it yet, right? So usually they don't play Tabernacle in the main, and they can see my whole deck after I Doomsday, so they might have seen that there's no Empty in it and cut the Tabernacle. And that, is like another way to kind of try and go off. I don't know. If I brought it in, I would be cutting Doomsday for it, I think. I think I'm just going to stick with this. Could be wrong. It's possible I'm supposed to, like, cut Lindell's Vault for an Empty or something. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how to fucking sideboard with this deck. Like, I don't really know. This is my second day playing it, I think. And it can do some real nutty shit. But the sideboard is, like, I don't know. Still a matter of figuring out, what needs to stay in the deck, what I can take out and stuff. I think this hand is too weak to Chalice. So I'm tempted to mull it. If I draw a land, this is a turn 1 kill. If they don't have Chalice. I'm going to keep it. We're going to YOLO. Bottom that. No Chalice. Okay. Land. Not a land. What to do? I figure basically 2 looks at a land or another ritual, another petal or even bauble was good enough odds for me to keep that hand, but that probably was bad. So I could spend my petal and thought seize them, or I could spend the petal and ponder. I can't imagine this goes well for me if I don't try to do something here. I think I'm going to spend the petal to ponder. Oof, that's no good. Yikes. Alright, I guess I should have mulled to 5. Is this the Chalice? Library. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, okay. Maybe they'll get really aggressive with using the library, and then I can find some lands and somehow storm them out of the game. Like Natural Tendrils them out of the game or something. It's a long shot. They're getting pretty aggressive with the Tendrils. Chalice on 0. Alright, so that's a problem. I probably should have just played out my lions and diamonds. Kaya. Okay. Okay. I think I'm just going to discard the Doomsday to hand size. I'm not winning with Doomsday here. My only real possible way to maybe win the game is to hit a couple lands in a row. Have them get a little aggressive with the library. Cindervines, sure. Like, if they draw another card off the library, I might be able to... Fucking hell, I just discarded that piece of shit. I might be able to get somewhere if I start drawing lands. But I probably just YOLO'd a little too hard when I kept that 7-card hand. I mean, kept the 6. I should have just mulled the 5. Too greedy. Yeah, now they're not... There's little reason for them to draw any additional cards at this point. So there's a Chalice on 1. If I hit some lands, I could still... what's her ultimate? Deals damage to target player equal number of cards that player owns in exile, and you gain that much life. I guess I'm not super worried about that right now. That's annoying. I don't want to just give this up even though it's a super long shot. I'm sure they've got wasteland, so like if I drew a non-basic that wasn't a fetch land, I would probably just lose it. You can see the chalice on 2. Oh, a tracker. Okay. Tracker's gonna do some damage. Oh, look, a land. Just what I needed. Well, I might as well play it, right? Not like anything bad's gonna happen if I don't. Or anything worse than this. Not like anything worse than this is gonna happen. Loaming back your wasteland. Sure thing. Seems good. So I'm gonna cast this Dark Writ when they waste my Badlands. I'm assuming they're gonna waste my Badlands. They might want to crack a clue, I'm not sure. No, they're just wasting it. So I'm casting the Dark Writ because I'm gonna need to get cards out of my, like I'm gonna need to discard something anyway. In my cleanup. I guess it does damage to me with the Cinder Vines, but it's like, I don't know. It's all the same, is basically how it works out. I guess I would have not taken damage with the Cinder Vines. Who knows? Bloodstained Mire is a good draw. Oh, they're up at 18 life again. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. I'm not going to waste time here. Since it was going to be such a long shot to actually have a shot at winning that game. Is this the same person? I don't think so. Let's jump and do another. So yeah, that kind of sucked. That not hitting the land and missing the turn 1 kill was too bad in that game. This hand's fine. I'll get to see what Limdol's Vault can do. I think I'm going to just lead off with Delta Pass. They're an Ancient Tomb deck that's not playing anything. Okay. Let me think here. I guess I'll just brainstorm. Not the best draws. I think I'm going to get Island here, in case they're playing Blood Moons. It could be like Eldrazi or something as well. You can see a Thought-Knot Seer here. Looks like it's the Moon deck. So hopefully this is just a Moon. If it is a Moon, it's a little inconvenient because I won't have black mana. Okay, Rabble Master. I might be able to beat the Rabble Master. Alright, so Rabble Master will hit me next turn. I'll fetch, assuming they don't get a Chalice or anything like that. I'll fetch the basic Swamp, I'll Limdol's Vault, hopefully find a Doomsday before I'm into the dead zone. And then I'll kill him. So, this is a pretty big hit. I'll definitely need to find the Limble's Vault in the top couple cards, ideally. Or top couple piles. So that's not gonna do it, so I'll pay life. There's a Doomsday. I guess there's probably about a jillion ways I can kill him with this hand, right? But I don't think I need to do anything too fancy. If I just draw the Doomsday, 5, 6, I won't have thresholds, but I should be okay with that. Definitely not paying life, anyway. I'm just trying to think if there's a better way to go about this. I don't think there is. Alright, chosen cards on top. Let's do this. I think this is just what I want to do. It's taking so long, pal. So it's nice to steal a game 1 from Dragon Stomping. They didn't have the prison draw. Getting another fucking call. What the fuck? This one's probably spam. That one was just spam. Alright, so let me think. I wanna Thoughtseize first. I'm pretty sure I can. Just to make sure they don't have anything going on. So I have Confluences they can't cast. They could have cast Magus of the Moon. I don't know why they didn't. Probably because they wanted to get up to Confluence so they could just burn me out and not have to wait another turn. That would be my guess. But none of these matter. Oh, and now I do have Threshold, actually. So yeah, this will be plenty dead. So the pile is... I mean, I could even use Experimental Frenzy and really fucking flex on him. But I'm going to do the normal, no Frenzy Doomsday pile. Since I do it so rarely, it's good for practice. So this pile probably looks a little weird, but especially once you see the order of the cards. So Preordain's on the bottom, Bauble, LED, Tendrils, and Act on Impulse. Hold priority. Crack for red. And then no shuffle. Cast Act on Impulse. And then I can cast the LED. Crack it for blue. Cast Bauble. Bauble the LED back on the bottom. Draw Preordain, which you can cast. And then I can draw the LED, and I already had this 2 black mana floating, but if I didn't, it gives me just enough mana to cast Tendrils, and since Tendrils is exiled, it doesn't get exiled to the LED. And that's lethal. Alright, so I'm going to try something a little different in this matchup, I think. I think the way I want to try siding against Chalice decks is to cut the Frenzies, bring in Empties, and then cut, like, the Duresses, the discard effects, and bring in all the bounce spells. So, I get to keep something in here, I guess. Get to keep a couple Get to keep a couple discard spells in, I guess. Did I take out something I didn't mean to? Guess not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So, the rationale there being that, like, if there's a Chalice out, there's gonna be a lot of dead cards. So, like, if I'm gonna cast a 4-mana spell, I would rather it kind of just... I don't know. I think I would rather cast Empty as my 4-mana red spell than Experimental Frenzy. And that might be wrong, but I think the matchup is kind of bad, and so you have a better shot at just cheesing out wins if you have the empties. And then you always have the, like, bounce their hate piece, just kill them with Doomsday game plan. So we're going to try that. And this is part of what I was talking about earlier, saying that I still don't really have a great sideboard plan in some of these matchups. Because it's just not clear to me yet what I can and should be removing from the deck. It's usually clear what I want to bring in, but... Alright, this hand probably doesn't do it. If this was a Doomsday, I would keep it, but I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to keep this. It's a little shitty. But it has access to my basics, and it has a business spell. So, it's got some potential. But yeah, turn 1 Blood Moon would be a problem. Even turn 1 Chalice wouldn't be great. I'd have to draw pretty well to get out of that. I'd rather turn 1 Chalice than a Blood Moon at this point, though. Honestly, this hand's not great no matter how you slice it. Because if they have, like a Rabble Master draw, it still is. So, Chalice on 1. Sure. So this way at least I can draw a bounce spell or something. So I'll definitely be fetching Basic Island. The next turn I can fetch Basic Swamp if there's still no Blood Moon. But I kind of smell Blood Moon coming. Even if it's just the goblins, that's going to make my goblins a lot worse, so... I think I would rather it be a Blood Moon at this point. Honestly, a 3-ball wouldn't even be that bad, because if I find a Hurkyl's Recall, I'll still be okay. And if I can fetch my basic Swamp, I won't have to worry about Blood Moon anymore. So, like, I would rather another Prison Artifact than basically anything else, I think. I guess I could live with a Blood Moon, because now that I've got the basic island, if I find a bounce spell, I still have the Lotus Petal to make black mana, if that is a thing I need to do. So yeah, I think, right now, I think the worst thing would honestly be a threat. And they've either disconnected or they're thinking really hard. Oh, they exile another thing. So Hazret, that's kind of annoying. Can't attack block unless you have 1 or fewer cards in hand. So that will soon be pounding my little butthole. But it's not a prison piece. I don't know if that's good or not. Oh look, another Empty the Warrens. That's fun. Just what I wanted. At least I don't have to worry about Blood Moon now. Hopefully they just don't have enough mana to do much with this for a little while. That would be the best outcome at this point, maybe? Oh, no, looks like they're just going to empty their fucking hand. No problem, just empty the hand. Yep, that's bad. Now I'm gonna die. I think I'm just dead. And I don't think it's gonna do me any good. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. I certainly don't want to show them that I have empty warrants, because they were very willing to put that fiery confluence under the chrome mox. On the play, I think I want more of my discard back. Probably the Thought Seizes. And I'll probably cut these 2 Preordains for him. Yeah, I can keep that. I'm gonna fetch basic Swamp. Even though I have the Ponder, yeah, a lot of broken shit here. Okay, so what? What's the biggest issue gonna be? If I take the 3-ball, they can't play Scab Clan on 1, right? If I take the Chrome Mox, they can't play anything on 1. But if I don't take the Trinisphere, then the Trinisphere is probably coming down on 2. If I do... If I don't take the... If I take the Trinisphere, they can't cast Scab Clan on turn 1. That'll give me another turn Scab Clan free. If I take the Chrome Mox, they can't cast anything on turn 1, but the Trinisphere is coming down on turn 2. Which will make my life difficult. I think I'm supposed to take the Trinisphere. On the other hand, though, Trinisphere is not a constant source of damage, and Scab Clan is. I don't know. I think I'm just in a shitty spot. I'm gonna take the 3-ball. I'm probably gonna have to ponder off a Petal to okay, so that was the draw for the turn, right? Because the city was in their hand. And this, they'll probably put Chandra under that. But they still aren't going to be able to play the Scab Clan. So if I can find another discard spell, I might be alright. They said they misplayed, but I don't think they did. Like, I don't think there was another decent play they could have made there. Alright. So I drew the Echoing Truth. I drew an Echoing Truth. I still think I want to ponder off the Lotus Petal. Like, yeah, I don't know. Don't know what I'm supposed to do here. The Mire's a good draw, though. I'm going to take that. And I think I want to draw the Dark Red under it. I know they're going to play the Scab Clan this turn, so like I'm going to take a little damage from the Scab Clan. But it might be necessary. I don't know. I don't want to take too much. So here's Scab Clan. Yeah. So that's going to hit me for 2. The next time it'll hit me for 3. But then, hopefully, I can truth it. And then kill him somehow. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a long shot. It's probably going to involve a Limdol's Vault in my upkeep. What's this? Trinosphere? I mean, what the fuck is this? Chalice on 3. Okay. I mean, I guess they saw the Doomsday, so... But that's literally doing nothing right now. Empty is not going to be very good here, though, because of the fuck is that called? The bridge. They did tap out, so I can prevent myself from getting hit. I can save a little life here. So I'm going to go fetch my Valk, and I'm going to Echoing Truth this. But now what? Now what? I could Limdol's Vault in my upkeep. What does that even do for me? I would have to find, like, Conjurer's Bauble and Empty in the same... Conjurer's Bauble and Empty in the same set of 5, right? Is that really the only way to win? Do I think that's higher percentage than just, like, drawing something? I think it is. Like, I feel like if that's my out, then that's what I should try to do. That seems like my out. So there's an Empty and a Conjurer's Bauble. Perfect. No need to pay life. No. Couldn't have been better. And I'm going to stack the Perilous Voyage on top because it's going to let me bounce something like Snaring Bridge. Next turn. That's the power of Limdol's Vault, baby. So if they have a Fiery Confluence, I could still get fucked here. But I think what's probably going to happen is they're going to play, the fuck is it called? Scab Clan in the bridge. But I might be able to get there from here. Actually, putting the Chalice on 3, was that what they were talking about when they said they misplayed? Putting the Chalice on 3, because now they can't replay the Scab Clan or the Ensnaring Bridge, so I forgot about that. I thought they said they misplayed before that, but maybe they... If they didn't, that certainly was the misplay. So now I feel like Fiery Confluence is maybe their only out here. If they have the Fiery Confluence, that's okay. Most of their threats are on 3, so they'd be drawing to, like, Hazaret or, like, Pia and Kieran, maybe. Alright, I'm going to attack... I'm not going to attack... Excuse me. Yeah, Chalice on 3. I realized that, too. I'm not going to attack with all of them, I don't think. Just, I don't even know what would hurt me. I mean, I should just attack with all of them. I can't think of anything that would come down and kill me. And if it was a creature, I still have the Perilous Voyage. So unless they have like Moon and something to kill me right now, I think they're just dead. Concede. Yeah, okay. So that was cool. So we won that one. Who's in here now? This wasn't the same 4-color lone player I played before, was it? I wasn't paying attention. I can look. It was not, so I'll join again, I guess. Play a few cues. Won the roll, that's nice. This hand looks fine. It's not stellar, but it's probably good enough. Just lead on the bauble. Forest, huh? I wonder what this is. This could be like Nick Fit or something. Okay. I'm going to cast the Petal. I'm going to play out the Underground Sea. And then I'm going to cast Doomsday. I'm going to be able to pass a turn pile. Because most decks that play Forest aren't going to kill me right away. So the main thing I want to try and watch out for is, if I can, I want to play around Wasteland. So just thinking about what my pile is going to have to look like. It's probably going to be, there's definitely going to be an Experimental Frenzy. There's definitely going to be a Tendrils. There's probably going to be Doomsday, because I'll need to generate extra Storm. And then 2 LEDs maybe? So this pile would not beat Wasteland. Well, actually, would it? If I put LED on top, if I put the first LED on top, like if I did Tendrils, Doomsday, LED, Frenzy, LED, since I have the bauble, I can draw the LED into the Frenzy, and then LED, Doomsday, and pile it all back up. I think that would work. That should be fine. Without the bauble, this first LED would probably have to be a Dark Grit. But I suspect this will be good enough. I'm not sure what they're playing. Tranquil Thicket, so I guess it's some kind of lands or Mavericky deck. I think we can beat a Chalice on 1 at this point. So if it's 4-color Loam or something, I think that'll be okay. Chalice on 0 is not going to be beaten, unfortunately. Right? That's on 0? Yeah, so I just concede to that. That's fun. So it must be Loam. I probably should have let them see, or should have waited to see more of their deck, but we'll bring in those. I'm just going to assume it's Loam. I wonder if I should be doing the Frenzy for empty swap. Try something like that. Try it. It's a little rough. It's just very vulnerable to Wasteland, but it does have a lot of the things that I'd like to be trying to do. I think it's too wonky. Alright. Doesn't matter, I'm cracking a fetch on my turn 1. So, with this one, I'm going to crack this and get my basic island. And then I'll ponder. And I'm basically... I don't think any of those are good enough. I could be wrong, but I'm expecting... Well, maybe I should just keep it. I'm expecting a chalice on turn 1, if they can manage it. So, like, that ponder isn't going to do anything for me, if that's what happens. But I do still have the fetch land, so I don't have to draw. Okay, so no chalice. That's good, I guess. I want to get Badlands, I guess. I can't win right now, unfortunately. I'm 1 mana off. So I'll ponder here. Dark Writ, Lion's Eye Diamond. None of those are good enough. Because I don't have Frenzy, it makes past turn piles a lot worse. So I'm just going to shuffle this. Okay, well, if they don't play a Chalice, then, and they don't wasteland me or anything, and if I draw a cantrip, that's a lot of ifs, but I maybe can win. But yeah, these Chalice matchups feel a little bad to me. Potentially just, like, worse than normal. Not that they're good, not that they're ever really good. But not, like, having Burning Wish. Okay, just a Bob. That's good. The old Bob and die. Empty, though. Not a Doomsday. But I can Doomsday and cast Empty, so that'll be extra Storm. And then I can try and set up a Doomsday pile that can make, like, additional goblins or something. That could work, okay. Make a second round of goblins. That's as good a plan as any, I think. Alternatively, it could maybe just tendrils them. Do like a mini tendrils for lethal. Assuming that I don't... That's probably a better plan, actually. Assuming that I don't lose one of my lands or all manner of things that could fuck me up. I mean, the goblins can still potentially just get there on their own if they don't have a good answer to them. So the pile is just going to be Act on Impulse, LED, Tendrils. It's just going to be the same pile, I think, as last time. Again, there's a lot of ways this pile could go wrong, but it's like Graveyard Hate or Chalice on 1 will do it in. What was the order? I guess the order is one of these two on. Those two on bottom, and these ones in the middle. And then Act on Impulse, and then I go LED, Petal, Petal, Empty. So that's 5 gobos. And then hopefully a kill next turn. And if not, I still have 5 cards left in my deck, so hopefully the goblins, I have enough time for the goblins to do their thing. Let's see what they flip with Bob. Assassin's Trophy, okay. I wonder if they'll just trophy one of my lands. Nope, they just conceded. Okay. Decided they weren't beating that. Interesting. So now I expect they're going to have answers to empty, but I think it's probably still a better plan than Frenzy. One option would be to do like a mix and match and just have the most possible options. I wonder if that's right. Like, on the draw, my discard gets worse. So if I cut a couple Thought Seizes, and I could like bring in 2 Frenzies, I could even cut the Limb Duel spell and bring in a 3rd maybe. Or like cut a Ponder and bring in a 3rd or something. Or maybe cut an empty for the Frenzy. I think I'm just going to try this. We'll try that. That's as good as anything. Ooh. Fucking. Shit's cracking. Crack-a-lackin'. Alright, I think this hand is keepable because of the Perilous Voyage and stuff. And the fact that it has fetches means I'm relatively insulated against Wasteland. Season. Looking better, looking better. Caracas. You gonna have something here? You got a Thalia or something here? It's not. It's looking like it. Yep. So I'm gonna brainstorm. Because I'm definitely looking for more lands. Because at this rate, I'm probably... the first voyage is going to have to bounce the Thalia. That's a decent draw. And the second one is going to have to bounce the Chalice, if I can. I may not even need to bounce the Chalice, depending on how things work out. Or maybe can bounce it and go off all in one turn. A Wasteland would be annoying here. Badlands is interesting. Got a Knight, Chalice on 1. That's probably not a big deal, but I'm going to fetch here. Because, like, none of my important spells right now cost 1. So, what'll happen is I play the Underground Sea. On their end step, I bounce Thalia. Then I untap and bounce the Chalice on 0 and make goblins. And if they have a Wasteland, that's a problem. I get to scry off the Perilous Voyage, which is nice. Hopefully. End your turn. Just end it. Don't mess with me, bro. Loam. Okay. Loam is okay. I don't care about the Verdant Catacombs. So, this is kind of how we hope these matchups go. I'm just going to bottom both of those, since they cost 1 and I don't anticipate bouncing the Chalice on 1. Another Lotus Petal. Great. I'm going to put the Thoughtseize on. No, I can't cast it anyway. I don't think any of those cards are going to matter. I'm just going to go all in on the goblins. If they have an answer to it, then so be it. Not a whole lot I can do about that. It's worth noting that if this empty was an experimental frenzy, I probably would be winning the game outright. So it's possible that the goblins aren't that great a plan in a matchup like this. Like against Dragon Stompy, I think they are, because they have too many prison pieces that you can't. It's like hard to fight through as soon as the first one comes down, and so you kind of hope to just cheese a win with the goblins. But this deck has a lot less. Like I think their prison elements are a little easier to play through. Am I losing my goblins now? What costs 4 mana from them? Green Sun for X is 3. So what? This is going to go get Knight, which is going to go get a fucking Tabernacle or something. But I can pay for a lot of the goblins. Maybe even like enough of the goblins. No. I didn't mean to hold that one back. That's annoying. They're at 6. I can pay for 7 goblins if they don't have a wasteland. Or did they loan? They loaned, but they didn't get that much good stuff, right? I guess Cabal Pit could kill. Yeah, so they got Tabernacle, but I don't think it's going to be enough here. I still don't think it's going to be enough. Unless they have another... Oh, now it might be enough. That's unfortunate. Although they could die to their Bob Flip. So that's probably going to be the play here. Alright, so I'm just going to fucking crack this right now. Yep. 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 Alright, so I'm going to get to keep a number of them. And then, oh no, because they're going to block with, they're not going to die to the Bob Flip because they're going to block with Bob. That's annoying that they, if I had attacked with the one that I held back by mistake, they would be dead. That's so frustrating. I didn't even mean to hold it back. Super annoying. Yeah, now they don't have to worry about dying to a Bob Flip. Although, I don't know. I still have 3 mana up. They have to pay, so their mana is restricted too. So, like, if they don't have another creature that they can cast, I can still... And if they don't have another creature and they can't destroy one of my lands, which I guess they could Knight, but then the Knight would be tapped. So, like, I think I can still get through here. Oh, they have a fucking Dryad Arbor. Of course. Alright, I'm just going to concede, I think. I'm too locked down now. That's really frustrating. I should have won that. I don't know how many play points I have left. Well, there's no one waiting in a queue right now anyway. Oops. I'm going to go back to the practice room and play another, at least one more game here. That's really frustrating, though. I should have had that one. Got a lot of viewers today, though. A whole 8 viewers. It's pretty sick. Maybe it's time to bust out the hurdy-gurdy again and drive some of you away. Alright. We got an opponent. Maybe it won't be a chalice deck. I think this hand is acceptable. We're going to be... Did I win the roll? I did win the roll. Alright, I'll start off with Thoughtseize. And then Preordain. And hopefully play the Frenzy on turn 2 or 3. I mean on turn 3 or 4. 3 or 4 is more realistic. 2 is a possibility if I find a Dark Ret. Okay. So, I'm probably supposed to take the Looting. No, I'm probably supposed to take the Exhume. Because if they draw a creature, they can therapy themselves and still Exhume it. So even though I'd rather them not have the Looting, I think I need to take the Exhume. It's their only reanimation spell. Now they loot. But it doesn't look like they found a creature, so that's good. Lotus Petal's a good draw. So I'm going to go grab the basic island here. Not that it really matters what lands I have, actually. I guess I can grab Volk, right? And I can cast my Lotus Petal. And so now the Brainstorm can protect my my Frenzy if they have discard. It'll send me back a turn, probably, but it's likely still going to be worth it. Yeah, so I'm going to Brainstorm here. And I don't mind them taking one of these rituals because it's still going to let me play Frenzy next turn. I guess they take the Cabal Writ because I'll have Threshold next turn. But little did they know that this is what I was trying to play. So now that I've actually resolved the Frenzy, I should be in a good spot against Black Red Reanimator, especially because they don't have a lot going on. And I'm dead in the water now. I'm not dead in the water, but I mean, I've fizzled this turn. I didn't think it was likely I'd go off there. I was mostly just looking to untap. Now they flashback Looting. Hopefully not dump anything super threatening into the yard. Still no creature. Alright. So I'll draw this Badlands. Thoughtseize. I'll play the Delta out. Delta. Oh, I can't play the Delta, of course. Of course. Thoughtseize them. And they concede. Alright, so now I want my anti-combo cards. And I'm going to cut Limdual's Vault because it's kind of slow in this matchup. I'd probably cut a Doomsday here. Might seem a little odd, but well, I'd probably cut Preordain, 2 Preordains and a Doomsday maybe. That might be right. It might be... I don't really like bounce against this deck. Because, like, sometimes you can tag the Animate Dead or you can bounce a Chancellor or something. But the vast majority of the time, if they get a creature out, you lose. And usually if they get a creature out, it's Griselbrand. So even if you get to bounce the Animate Dead on a Griselbrand, they've drawn 7 cards and you're still way behind. And then they have an Animate Dead and a Griselbrand in hand. Like, I mean, you would bounce the Griselbrand, not the Animate Dead. But Like they've still drawn 7 cards. I don't really like bounce, and especially because now I have like a real sideboard cards against this kind of deck, whereas my other Doomsday list didn't. So I think I'm gonna run with that. It could be correct to bring in the bounce spells. I know some Storm players do it, but I don't really like it. And this hand is extremely fine. It's fucking fine as hell. If I can get a turn, of course. Excuse me. They have a Chancellor. So, the Chancellor is okay. I can still Flusterstorm through the Chancellor. But I expect I might just die here. Or that they might just have discard now. It's hard to say. Stronghold Gambit. Okay. So they're just going to put the Chancellor into play. I don't have a card in my hand. I guess I show them the land. Yep, so there's a Chancellor. So I'm just going to concede. Good to know that they have the Magus. They show me their hand. I still don't think I'm going to bring in any bounce spells, though. I'll just be aware of the Magus. And fetch basics if I can. This hand is very good. So, because they have the Chancellor, well, I could duress to get rid of the Chancellor trigger. Or I could not do anything. I have Surgical, and Flusterstorm can still fluster through the Chancellor trigger. So, it'll counter one of the copies, but I'll at least get like a Force Spike on them. So I think I'm just not gonna do anything. Interesting that they have blue. I wasn't expecting that. I got the Underground Sea. I drew another land, so now I'm going to duress, because I'll still be able to hold up. I'll still be able to hold up Surgical, and now I can get rid of the Chancellor trigger. Reanimate, Exhume, Looting. So, I'm thinking, I don't know. I think I'm supposed to take the Looting, but I could maybe be supposed to take the Exhume. They don't have red mana for Looting right now, and if, I think I'm just supposed to take the Looting. If I can untap without them having... So that was their draw. So now I can at least get... Perfect. That's great. So I'm just going to be sitting on this, basically. If they can cast Moon Man, that's kind of annoying, but I'll still have the Surgicals. I'd really like to find a basic Swamp, though, I think. That's a good draw. So, I'm just going to keep waiting. What I want is... wife's calling me. Alright, I'm going to take this real quick and ask her to call me back in a bit. She didn't like me telling her to stop talking to me, but whatever. Ponder. Okay, I will ponder. Yes, I will ponder. They're shuffling, or they're cracking the fetch. Okay, I don't know what they're doing. Act on impulse. That's a good draw. So that's going to let me try to kill with Doomsday. Now? Not now. I will wait. But I should be winning this match, I think. I'm pretty sure I have enough shit going on. I'm going to surgical extract their lootings right now. I want to see what's going on in the hand, and it's going to help build me towards threshold. So they don't really have... Well, they have Entomb, but they can't do anything at instant speed anyway. So they are going to be trying to go off on my end step, I assume. I kind of don't know why they didn't do anything, but I'm guessing they just thought that because I was not doing anything and holding up mana for so long that I must have had ways to beat them. So, this is all fine. Now that I know what's going on, I think I can win now. So I draw the Lotus Petal. Oh, they discarded Chancellor the Annex. So I'm going to surgical that as well. I didn't notice that they discarded the hand size, but it's all good. And then I can crack this. Play this, crack it, and I'll have threshold. And that should be game. So this is turn 4, 5, and then I'll have 5 from the pile. So yeah, that should be plenty lethal. So, what's my pile going to be? Something like LED, LED, Petal, Cantrip. Actually, yeah. LED, LED, Petal, Cantrip. It's Tendrils will be fine. Oh wait, that's not fine. Cantrip, Cantrip, Tendrils. Get this Petal out of here. I'm only going to see the top 3 with Act on Impulse. So I need to make sure that I actually can get to that Tendrils. That would have been bad. And there it is. Pretty good. The Reanimator matchup actually feels winnable when you have like Surgical and Flusterstorm on your sideboard. Having 4 cards for the matchup makes it feel a lot less awful than it used to. Oh, Alright, I could probably play another match or two. I just want to look at the record so far tonight. So, this is the first one we played. So he won that one, lost that one. I don't remember what that match was. Beat Dragon Stompy, lost to Four Color Loam, but should have beat it if I hadn't misclicked. And then beat Black Red Reanimator, so that's not too bad. For this wacky deck. I don't really want to throw this card back. I mean, throw this hand back. I can probably keep it. If I draw a second land by turn 2, in a pinch I can use the Lotus Petal to cast Limdual's Vault, and I'd be looking for Doomsday and a land at that point if I still needed it. But ideally I'll find a land, and I'll just be able to kill it with Doomsday on turn 3. Okay, let's see. So this is the Epic Storm. And I guess the LED is the one to take. The fact that they... what did they do with their scry? Put it on the bottom. Okay, so I'm basically just hoping that they don't draw anything good for the next couple turns. Give me land. Yeah, baby. So I'm thinking of something. I can go Dark Writ, Limdual's Vault. If I can find a pile with like Frenzy, LED, and Doomsday in it, I can win on the spot. So like, because then I could play the Petal and the LED, preordain into the Frenzy, and then cast spells off the top. And honestly, I still have one extra black floating, so it just need to be rich. I just need to find Frenzy, Doomsday, and like a Ritual in the same pile. I think I want to go for it. Because honestly, like, even if I don't find that exact pile, if I can find Frenzy and some Rituals and like other playable cards, I might be able to just string that Frenzy into a kill anyway. So I'm just going to see if I can just find the nuts and kill him right now. Well, that ain't it. I don't think the order of the cards is going to matter a whole lot here, or at least not with that pile. That's not it either. But I might want this LED in a pile. I have a lot of life to work with. So I can loop several times. I wish to pay life. Yes. So there's double Frenzy. But I don't really want double Frenzy. I think I'm going to pay life here. I'm going to go like this. Okay. Is that good enough? That's real close. But I don't, well, I'm only going to have one black mana floating after this, and it's my turn 2. I think I'm going to have enough life that I can, like, bubble sort these. I hope I'm thinking about this right. I don't know how many cards are in my deck, so I'm basically... I didn't do the math. Yeah, so now I'm back at the beginning. Like, so these, the bauble and the LED are cards that I already saw. So I'm hoping that now one of the, like, groups that I've set up on the next pass is going to have the cards I need in it. But because I didn't count how many cards are actually in my pile, actually in my deck, I don't know what, like, the remainder I had to work with was, because that affects how many cards you can guarantee are in another pile. And at this point, I think it needs to be 3. The order of these isn't going to matter much. I basically just need to go through the deck and hope that I hit it with still at least 2 life left. It's not looking good. Oh! That's basically the same pile I saw last time. Well, that's unfortunate, but at this point, I think I basically just have to pass and hope that they don't kill me. So I'm not going to pay life. And let's think. Yeah, the order of these doesn't matter super duper all that much. If I had one more mana or a land drop or something, I would have been able to kill there. But, I wonder if I put these cards in the wrong order, actually. I wonder if I put them in the wrong order when I did that anyway. I don't know. I was trying to get too cute. I should have stopped on one of the earlier piles, I think. Because, yeah, I totally fucked this. I think I did anyway. I need a different order on when I put them back. Because I was going to play out the LED, and then I would have drawn the card under it, or play out the petal and drawn the card under it, which was unfortunately, I think, the Doomsday. And I needed to not draw the Doomsday. I needed to be able to cast the Doomsday, so I needed to, like, have the land there and cast the Doomsday. So basically, I think I porked it. That's going to be one to go back and look at and see if I could have done it a bit better. And I'll need to figure out my Limduel's Vault deck sorting thing if I'm going to try and do that ever again. Surgical, against the Epic Storm, Surgical is just not as good, and so I'm a little hesitant to bring it in. I think I'm going to not, just because it's just not as good as it is against Ant, because they use their graveyard a lot more and they have fewer business spells. That's real fucking close. It's really tempting to keep. But I think I need to mull it. That's not so hot. But I don't... Well, it just doesn't do anything for like 2 or 3 turns. It's just opening myself up to getting fucked. So, this is going to be better. I think I just hold up the fluster here. Especially because I have the brainstorm to protect it. If they have discard. Starting off with a Lotus Petal. I wonder if they just have a turn 1. Looks like it might be. Don't want to click OK too fast here. Ponder, sure. Oh, they just wanted to turn on their Opal. Is what it looks like. I guess I can work with that. They didn't shuffle though. They might have the gas to just go off. Yeah, it looks like they might be trying for it. So you're going to have 2 cards left. Oh, they didn't put anything under the Chrome Mox? Did they just misclick? Dark Rit. This could be a hell of a blowout. Although if they have like discard spell Infernal Tutor, they could still make a shitload of goblins. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna counter this. I wonder what their last card was. Thoughtseize that they decided not to play. Oh, because they wouldn't have been able to ad nauseum if they had, so they just decided to go for it. I wonder if they'll scoop to this. Can't pay for that, homeboy. I honestly wonder if they should have just made like 16, 18 goblins. Because then they would have been able to Thoughtseize first. I understand not wanting to make goblins against another Storm deck, but Alright, so I'm still a little ways off from winning myself. But I have the Frenzy, and I still have another discard spell. So, hoping I can make something out of this. This is good. I'm going to take these cards. So, I'm not going to crack this because obviously there's nothing to duress right now. I'd rather hold up the Brainstorm as a potential, as a potential way to protect the Frenzy for as long as possible. Now I'm going to Brainstorm. Well, maybe not. Yeah, I think I'm just going to dress. I think I want to continue to hold up the Brainstorm to protect the Frenzy. Yep, so take that Dark Rit. And then I think on their end step, I should have played the Petal. There's no reason not to play the Petal there. Not a good reason not to play the Petal. But now on their end step, I'm going to... Yeah. See, that's why I should have played the Petal, because I would have been able to protect just the Frenzy. But whatever. Minor setback, hopefully. This is actually pretty good. I'm sure they're going to take the Dark Rit, and even if, no matter what they take, I'll be able to play the Frenzy next turn. Yep, so they took the Dark Rit. But now I'll be able to play the Frenzy, and I'll have a land drop off of it. So, I should be winning this one. It would take some very, very poor draws from me and some very strong draws from my opponent for me to lose here. There's my land drop, and there's Limdual's Vault. So, I'm not going to cast that because I can cast in my upkeep and win the game. There's no good reason to cast that right now. There's no draw that they can have that would win. On the spot. And so I should be able to... Let me think about this. So I think what I want to do is put the Limdual's Vault on the stack and then crack the Delta so that I'll have mana available in case I need to like spend a ritual or something. So I'll hold priority, make black and blue, put Vault on the stack, and then crack this. We get to see an interesting little bug where you can see the 6th card with Limdual's Vault. So that's no good. I'm looking for a Doomsday and a way to play it, basically. So I will pay life, and I'm not going to care about the order. Alright, so this is good. So I will not pay life, and I need basically any old card on top of the first one I'm going to play for the turn, because I'm going to be drawing this bauble. So now I can play the LED. So unless they've drawn a Surgical, which the Epic Storm doesn't normally play, they will be very dead here. So this is your basic Infinite Storm pile. Nothing too crazy going on. Cast Doomsday and get my pile back. Yes. It's definitely infinite. And actually, it's interesting to note, like, if you have enough life, you can do it with only 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds in the pile, because what you can do is go, like, the first time you go LED, LED, Doomsday, and then, like, so, like, I've been playing the Tendrils before the Doomsday, to gain you enough life to Tendrils them out of the game, or to not die to the Doomsday, but, like, you can alternate. In alternating piles, you can alternate the order of Doomsday and Tendrils and go off with just 2 Lion's Eye Diamonds in your pile. And that can be important sometimes if you need to cast Doomsday and make a past turn pile where Frenzy is your first card. So you go like Frenzy, LED, LED, Doomsday, Tendrils, and then you go LED, LED, Doomsday. And you'll have what, 3 mana floating, and then the next time you go LED tendrils, Doomsday, and then be exactly enough, and then you can do that pile again, and I'm pretty sure that can go infinite too, like that. But yeah, it's just infinite. Long story short, done fucking punishing. So I'm gonna just keep the same game plan here. Huh. This hand would 100% be a keep, like game 1 against an unknown opponent. But since I know what I'm up against, I think it's a little lacking. So I'm gonna mull. Well, I don't feel comfortable going a whole lot lower than that. So I'm gonna keep. Because they're probably going to prioritize discard now. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they don't have anything. Okay. So I'm just going to bluff like I got something. Not that I have anything to do anyway, but I'm basically going to try and make it look like I have something to do. And hopefully they'll spend a little time trying to make me discard stuff. It's possible I should have brought in the surgicals. I'm still not sure. When it's the Epic Storm and not Ant. I know Brian Cook's always saying that he doesn't think surgical is all that good against the Epic Storm. But obviously, if you can tag a business spell or a Lion's Eye Diamond or something, it can be decent. So it might be better to just have more interaction. Alright, looks like they might be making a move here. Is that a Desperate Ritual? No, it's a Rite of Flame. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably just going to die now. Dark Rit, Infernal Tutor, or even Burning Wish at this point. Burning Wish. I'm going to bluff like I have it. They're getting past in flames now. What is that even going to do for them? They don't have enough mana to do anything, right? Did they get spooked by me pretending to hold open the nothing? I guess they did. They tried to play around, or maybe they just thought they could do it. I don't know. If they did, they really miscounted. Okay, well, I guess a win's a win. I like to think that it was my expertise in bluffing that made that work out. I'm going to play one more. Yeah, this hand's okay. This can make a turn to Frenzy, so can't complain. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Frenzy, and they've mulling to 5. I could just turn 1 Frenzy, but I don't think... I think the turn 1 Thoughtseize is going to be better. And they conceded. Okay. What do you do against a deck that you don't know anything. Probably just not sideboard, because they don't really know much about my deck either. So I could guess that they're on like a combo deck, or maybe a prison deck, something that really wants like all of its pieces, or something that doesn't want to get Thoughtseize on a mold of 5, but my friends are sending me shitty memes in our group chat. That's what friends are for. This hand blows. It's a mall. This hand's keepable, I guess. Huh. I think I'm gonna bottom that. I don't think I'll be winning with a Doomsday anytime soon. Interesting. Well, I found a red mana source, so I can have a Frenzy on turn 2, I guess, with this, with a hand like that. We'll see what they do. I could, so next turn I can go, okay, they have a Wasteland, that's good to know. It's interesting. I wonder what this deck is, some kind of Delver concoction. This will be interesting. I haven't yet had a chance to play with this deck against the Delver deck. I think I should have played either the Sea or the Valk instead of the Island there. Well, hopefully they don't have more Wastelands. I'm going to be trying to punch through here just by having 2 business spells. I'm hoping that they thought I was on like Grixis control or something, and they boarded out forces. That would be ideal. Act on impulse. So I'm just gonna try this. I can beat a daze now. Flustering. Okay, so they must have known I was on a combo or something, or assumed I was on a combo. If they don't have another Wasteland, I can still get Frenzy down, and Frenzy can beat a Flusterstorm, so, or play through a Flusterstorm. So hopefully no more Wastelands. I guess they're on some kind of mono blue Delver list, is what it looks like. So not a Wasteland, that's a good sign. And drawing the 4th land is good too, because it means that I'm going to be able to play Frenzy, the second Frenzy again next turn if they counter this one. Okay, they're brainstorming. So I'm going to be a little low on life, but I mean, I'll be on a clock, but if this Frenzy resolves, they dazed it. Okay. But it did seem like they had to brainstorm for that. So hopefully they won't have a Wasteland and the second Frenzy will resolve. And now that I know what I'm up against, I can change my sideboarding plan for Game 3 if I lose. But if I can resolve the Frenzy, I might still be able to win. What are they surgicling? Dark Writ? Okay. It's a little annoying, but it's not a death sentence. Glad they didn't surgical the Frenzy, though. No Wasteland, baby. I know one card in the hand. No Wasteland. Okay. Well. Just go and slam it. I don't think I have a better option. Do you have another counterspell? You do. Force pitching AK, that's weird. Alright, well, I'm a little behind now, but I still have some stuff in my hand. So it's not impossible for me to set up a kill somehow. It'll be a close thing, though. I don't know, 4-turn clock? Alright, I have 3 more turns. That's perhaps more accurate to say. Alright, so I'm going to duress here. And then I'm going to ponder, and I'm going to hope to set up something to do with this act on impulse. That's not good enough. Can play the Tarn. Ponder. Okay. So I've always kind of imagined that Delver would be a hard matchup. For this deck, which is why there's like 4 Empty the Warrens in the sideboard. I don't know what the correct set of cards to do here is, but I don't know if I should have done it like that, now that I'm thinking about it. I don't think this Doomsday is doing me much good. Ooh, I don't have another blue mana source. That's annoying. Okay. Which means I have to crack this. So yeah, I don't think I can win from here. Because I am lacking in the mana resources to do it, so yeah. Alright, so that's game, unfortunately. I maybe should have cracked the LED in response to the first brainstorm. I don't know. But anyway, now that I know what I'm up against, I can think about how I want to board against it. I think what I want to try is this. I'm going to cut the Doomsdays and bring in empties. I've been talking with the guy who made this list on the Discord a little bit, and some other people on Discord, about what we think the best sideboarding plan against Delver is, and I'd been saying cut the Frenzies for the empties, but I think that if you can just resolve Frenzy, you should be favored to win, even if they have a lot of counter magic. And so I think Frenzy is just going to be better than Doomsday. And because you have a lot more business spells too, if you you can chain a Frenzy into an empty. So I think I'm going to try that. This hand's not great. I don't know about this one. Maybe I'm supposed to keep it. But I know they have stifles and stuff. I think I want to mull it. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. This there's some danger of Wasteland, but I'm just going to fetch Underground Sea and Ponder and hope to set up a turn to something. Preferably empty. That's not it. Shuffle that. There's the empty. So not a Wasteland. But I really want to draw as another land. Terramander, okay. Another land would let me cast a discard spell first. So I'll take the Force and then just make the goblins. It's not a ton of goblins, unfortunately, but it's not going to get a lot better, so I'm basically just going to hope that it's good enough. Hey, pup. And I got the dress, so yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's getting better, so. Make 8 goblins and see if he gets there. Hey, puppy. What you got on your face? Some snot. You got a runny nose, bud? Come here. Up. Come here. Up. Good girl. Hello, puppy. This is my dog. You're a good girl. Yes, you are. Alright, so they got another Terramander. Which is to be expected. My concern is going to be if they decide not to block and they try to adapt one or more of them, so that they can block forever. They surgical my Dark Reds. Okay. They keep doing that. People keep doing that. I'm not sure about it. Yeah, I think the 4 empty plan against Delver is like going to be a functional sideboard plan. I don't think it's going to get any better than that. But yeah, I'm definitely concerned that they're just going to take this hit and then adapt their Terramanders. They still have a little ways to go to adapt. But they might have a plan. They need instants and sorceries, right? So they're pretty far short of adapting them, now that I think about it. I mean, I think that was the game plan there. But I don't think they're going to get to 7 instants and sorceries. Wasteland, sure. AK. Yep. So now they're going to have to block with at least 1 Terramander. And then maybe next turn they can adapt 1 Terramander. But it still is not going to be good enough. So, and yeah, they realize that. Okay. Cool. Alright, I'm just going to do one more practice room game, and then I think I'm going to be done for the night. But the deck's working pretty good, I think. With a little bit more learning, I think it'll be pretty good. I'm going to have to pick up some frenzies. It's, I'm still making some mistakes with, like, how I pile cards with Frenzy on board, because casting cantrips is really unintuitive. and the sideboard probably is... The sideboard itself is probably close to good enough, but my sideboarding plan is probably needs some work. But it'll get there. Hopefully. There you go. That's my entertainment for the night. Yeah, I think this hand's keepable. Eye on the draw. So it's looking for a black mana source. But it's definitely within the realm of keepable hands, I think. I don't know what this person plays. My chair's super squeaky too. Guess they're taking a while. Okay, Chromox. This looks like it might be a Chalice deck. What do we got? Oh, nope, it's Burning Wish, so it's probably the Epic Storm again. Well, this hand's not... Oh, it's Belcher. Alright, what are you revealing? This is just an empty, right? Because they're going to get, yeah, just 5 mana. Although, actually, they might play Belcher and just put it on board and hope to draw the mana source to fire it. Oh, they went for the empty. Okay, that's actually probably better because there's no risk of them killing me. Like, I'm going to get 2 turns, I think, right? Ooh, more than that, actually, because there's only 8 goblins. That's pretty good. I think I would have gone for the Belcher there. But I understand them going for the empty. Alright, so play the Volk, and then... The real question is, do I brainstorm on their end step? Because the goblins are only 8, I'm going to get an extra turn. Although, I won't have a ton of life on that extra turn. I don't think I'm going to brainstorm yet, though. I'll have enough life to cast a Doomsday on that so-called extra turn. Okay. So this is definitely where I'm going to brainstorm end step. Because if I can find the black mana source, I think I can make some kind of brainstorm pile. And also, if I can't, then it will seem like maybe I wasn't like another Storm deck. I don't know. Not that Belcher's going to sideboard much or change their plan all that much, but... Alright, end step brainstorm. See if we can find the black mana. And we did not. Okay. So, in that case, I think the game plan is going to be to ponder for it. There's mana. But I don't I don't know if I can actually win from here. Like, I could certainly... cast Frenzy and hope that's good enough, but there's 3 Doomsdays in my hand already. So it seems unlikely that I'd be able to go off with Doomsday and Frenzy. So let me think here. If I Dark Writ, Doomsday Brainstorm, I don't think there's any cards that I can draw. Like any pile I can make that's going to get me out of this. I guess something like... LED Ponder Petal, and then I could put Act on Impulse in the pile. LED Ponder Petal. No, I can't do anything. Since they're Belcher, though, there's no advantage to be gained from hiding what I'm doing. So I'm just going to play the Frenzy and hope I have the nuts. And I don't. Oh, I knew it was on top of my deck. No, I didn't. I cracked the fetch. Okay. Well, so that's Belcher. So I just want the Flusters. I think just the Flusters. Maybe Echoing Truth is good enough too, actually. Cut Lindell's Vault. And I'll cut the 2 Preordains. Actually, I'm going to cut a Cabal Writ and a Preordain. Because, like, I'm not going to get up the threshold in this matchup, probably. Or if I do, I'll already kind of have the game under control. Well, I got a Fluster, so this is a keep. I gotta go to my... Actually, I think I want to play a land. Play a fetch land so I can crack out. So I have to think carefully about what I'm flustering here. Well, not that. Oh, okay. Just playing it out. Cool. Now I can ponder. Thoughtseize is good. Frenzy is good. All those cards are pretty good. I'm going to take the Thoughtseize and play out the Volk and just pass. And this is gonna, so now I can hold up Flusterstorm, and next turn I'll draw the Frenzy, and I'll be able to Thoughtseize, Ponder, and hold up Flusterstorm, and then hopefully I'll be able to eventually drop the Frenzy. So they're cycling the Street Wraith. Interesting. I didn't really know this deck played Street Wraith. Another LED. And they're just passing again. Okay. So it looks like they are without initial mana source. So now I can Thoughtseize. Wowie. Alright. So... I guess I'm just supposed to take the empty. Or maybe I'm supposed to take the Rite of Flame. They're going to be able to pay for a Flusterstorm, is the thing. So I'm probably supposed to just take the empty. And then I can crack this and ponder. Doomsday. Alright. I have a plan to win. At least. And hopefully this Flusterstorm will protect me. So now they need to... Yeah, empty was definitely the card to take, because by taking empty they needed to draw... Am I supposed to just fluster this? Because then they're still going to need to draw an initial mana source and a business spell. I think I am, since I'm going to be casting Doomsday next turn. And they're not going to pay for this, because they're going to discard their whole hand, if they do. So... Alright, we're in business now. So now I can cast Doomsday. And the pile is going to be LED, 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 Doomsday. It's basically, it's the Infinite Storm pile. And I'm just going to cast the Frenzy in my hand. Before I start going off. I just had to think if the order mattered much. Back up to 5 viewers. I've been down for a little while. I'd hit double digits tonight. That's crazy. This might be the first time it's ever happened. Alright, so gotta play that LED. That's very important. Because I won't be able to afterward. Now we're in business. So, the first round of drills for half their life. And then you set the whole thing back up. For the rest of their life. There we go. Cool fucking beans. Alright, time for one last game. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep the same sideboarding. No sense in changing anything. See if we can fuck this guy up one more time and go home. This hand's not good enough. It doesn't do anything. This will work. Yeah, I guess I want that on top, I think. So as long as I'm not dead right off the bat, this hand is good enough. And that's the problem with being on the draw against Belcher, of course. There's only so much you can do. Like, it looks like I'm getting fucked up here. Oh, maybe not. They might just be going all in on the Manamorphose. It's possible I don't die. It's probable that I do die, but... Oh, looks like I'm not dying. Fantastic. So I think it's going to be in my best interest to keep the Flusterstorm up. Basically, we're going to try and play this game very similarly to how I played last game. I could be in trouble if they have enough mana to hard cast a Belcher, like enough non-ritual mana to hard cast a Belcher. But if they play a ritual, I'm flustering it. Oh, a blue mana? What the frick is this? Seething Song. That gets a fluster. I'm glad they played a ritual. I'd been fucking gutted if they had just exiled the spirit guide and played a Belcher or something. Alright, well, I admire this person's spirit and not just scooping. I would 100% scoop and go to another game here. Real talk. I think I'm supposed to just cast Doomsday off the Cabal Writ, and then next turn I can go... I think I can win next turn. I don't know what's in their hand. It's probably either empty or a Belcher, but I don't think there's anything they can draw that will let them win, I mean. So here my pile is going to be Frenzy, LED, Doomsday, Tendrils. So I could have just played the Duress there and tried to continue playing the control role of sorts. But I just don't think there's anything that they can reasonably do here. So we're just going to do this. So I don't know if there's some number of cards you need to have in your hand to make this particular pile work, but I need the Tendrils, I need the 2 LEDs, the Dark Writ, and the Doomsday. And so now it's just the infinite pile. This fact that it's a Dark Writ instead of the extra LED means nothing. Yeah, okay. So yep, I mean that would have just been 5 Storm on its own for lethal, but you could continue going infinite there if you wanted. So unfortunately I have to go now. It's nice to see that my viewer count was marginally higher than average. Hopefully we get to see some of that again. I plan on streaming again next week sometime. I don't know exactly when. Probably Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. Those are usually the days around. But anyway, thanks for watching. This deck is a fucking... I'll put it on screen one more time. This deck's a fucking shit show. And it just consistently impresses me with the kind of horse shit that it's able to pull off. Pretty wacky stuff. As you can see, I'm kind of beyond words with it. It's a real nutty deck. It does a lot of crazy shit. Sweet. And the video of this stream is going to be on YouTube in like 20 minutes, so if you didn't get to see all of it, you can go to, just search DDFT guy on YouTube. That's where all my shit is. Thanks for fucking watching, you piece of shit.